This movie tells a story about two newlyweds who become the dangerous obsession of a greaser gang that awakens a sleeping quandary into the couple's sexual identity. First of all, this movie has an interesting premise. Unfortunately, the end product is really disappointing. The movie has plenty to say about gender and sexuality, but its approach in such high camp and void subtlety means this movie feels like a violent assault on the senses. The tonal approach to these dynamics is obnoxious and insufferable, not just opting for camp, but also aggressively loud performances that drown out interest about who these characters are, who they want to become, and what they have to say. The movie is trying too hard to be outrageous, bizarre, and wacky. It's over the top, but never fun, and never really gets a handle on what it's supposed to be about. It isn't exactly satire either, as it never quite nails parody, and the movie seems to fumble around, groping for one or the other. It's a lot of tedium, noise, clunkiness, and headache-inducing scenes that give nothing to the audience emotionally or intellectually, and the biggest mistake of all, it's never entertaining. This movie really lacks quiet conversation with actual relatable dialogue. There's simply misguided lack of restraint in executing the story. Its over-the-top approach ironically places a distance between the audience and the film. Its onslaught of over-the-top screening and shouting simply wears the audience down until we no longer care. The social commentary feels non-existent, as the conversation feels far too exhausting to entertain when heard through the movie's projection. To make it worse, the dialogue lacks razor-sharp wit and humor. None of the beats land, especially when the film tries hard to be funny. Most of the characters are dislikable. They are annoying, dull, or forgettable. The performances are mediocre. None of them truly stand out or rise above the weak script. The set designs, lighting, music, and use of color are stylish and add some atmosphere, but not nearly enough to hold the movie together. Overall, this movie is simply a waste of time. We do not recommend this movie at all.